I am live. I'm gonna take a dirt check. That little bottle right there was can't remember how much that was. I am live. Maybe I'm wearing out my welcome. I didn't go private, did I? Let me go over here and check something right quick. Uh, 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 I don't know. What in the world is what's going on? Well, I can't. I'm trying to. I don't think I got anybody in there. Am I lying? Am I lying? Oh yeah, okay. I'm lying. I was just over here trying to check. I wasn't getting nobody. Hey, Christy. Um, you doing all right? I mailed in pictures there. Um, yeah, I'm live. I did a that thing, that new thing that StreamYard's got where it's a pre-recorded thing, and I couldn't figure out just what it was and how it worked. And I did one, and I set it to go on at 12 o'clock at noon today. And so I was sitting here, and then sure enough, it popped on. It doesn't put me on the screen. It just starts playing that video that I selected, and uh, and had to join in the comments over here to talking, and there were several. I think there was about 15 people come in that thing. It sends out notices, when it's going to go live. So that's kind of a way for me to play my. Hey Angie, to play some of my. There's some of my older videos that's really special and close to my heart, and I want to play them again. This is a good way to do it. I went way back to my first video. Ah, that was kind of comical. It was really short. I think it was maybe 10 or 12 minutes, something like that. But and by the way, this gentleman, his name is Leo, and it's got a long name. He came on, was it my live chat last? He came on that. He's from Australia. Turns out him and his wife really likes my channel. They've been watching me a while, but they've never made any comments or anything. And uh, but guess what he did? He, after I quit the live stream, Donovan come in here and said somebody just left money on the PayPal, on the tip jar, uh, and he quoted the price. It was $71 and some change. And the reason it was that amount like that, he actually donated 100 Australian dollars, and when it all worked out, it only comes to 71 American U.S. dollars. Um, yeah, I just don't understand why people do that. I don't get. That's a lot of money to me. $5 is a lot of money to me. Uh, and then they take this out of their pocket and give it to the dauber for his scooter fund or what. My scooter fund's over $200 now. So of course, some of that's not going to show up on the GoFundMe page because he sent this through PayPal, and that's the one where everybody's wondering why Donovan's name was on my PayPal account. Well, I won't get into that story about me and eBay and PayPal, and I was a devout member of PayPal when they first started. And let me tell you something about PayPal for those of you that might not know it. When PayPal first started, it was just a small operation. And I was putting a lot of stuff on eBay, and every time I had a sale, I promoted PayPal to join to have them pay me through PayPal, and all they had to do was sign up on PayPal and put money in PayPal or have it on their credit card or whatever. And PayPal, for everyone that I brought in, and at that time, I got $5 every time, and I made hundreds of dollars because I just about converted every PayPal customer I had to go on PayPal. So I made a ton of money off of that. I loved it. I loved PayPal. But PayPal got so big and so lucrative. See, and there was no fees. They didn't charge you anything to sell something on there or to get something or to draw your money out and all that stuff. It was all free, totally free, no ifs, ands, and buts about it. And uh, and I asked one of the guys at PayPal back when you could talk to the head honcho of it and everything. I said, "How do y'all do this? Why are you making money?" He said, "Well, you would be surprised how much money we make off of the PayPal money when it's in their PayPal account before they draw it out and stuff. They make it off of the standing balance they have in their account, and it was on the interest. But then, of course, here comes these sorry ass banks. They couldn't stand that, so it got so big. PayPal, hey Barbara, it got so big that I can't remember if I think eBay owns it now. They turned it into a cotton picking bank. It's a bank, and the banks can't stand it when something like that's going on and they're not getting a piece of the action. Banks can't stand it. Banks are sorry, but you know what? Realistically, you gotta have them. You gotta have them. I hardly ever see any cash on my income. I hardly ever. I've got $6 laying over there in the drawer in cash, and uh, that'll probably lay there until I get my scooter going or something. But banks are sorry. I'm sorry. I hate them. I hate them. And when they got millions of customers, they can make a glitch or a little mistake, say 50 cents on each account, every account they got. And most of the time, the account holder's not going to notice that. I notice it, but most of the time they don't, and the bank gets away with it. And if they do that a million times, say they do that to a million customers, then guess what? They picked up an extra $500,000 just at 50 cents a pop. And hey, Rianne, dear, uh, Rianne, I didn't send that lace yet. I wanted to get Alan's uh, picture sent to him, but I'm fixing up a package, and I probably won't get that unless I figure out a way that they'll pick it up. They might pick. You know what? I need to get on the USPS Postal Service thing and order me some uh, priority mail boxes because they'll pick that stuff up. Brian, I just love you so much, dear. I don't know if you know that or not, but now you do. Um, you're like I got granddaughters now that I never had before, but you're special, sweetie. Yes, you are. Um, and by the way, how's your job? How's your job? How's things at work? Are you still some kind of a manager or something? Um, I was just going on around about the banks and stuff, and I got something else I'm going on around about too. Uh, I just had to take a Zyrtec. Sometimes I got an allergy that pops up when I get around something, and I got around something a while ago. I don't know what it is, but this is a 70 tablet bottle of Zyrtec, and if I remember right, this was like $44.99 for this little bottle. Uh, and there's a lot of brands out there that don't cost that. But at the time, this may be expired. Let me see here. Wow. Yeah, it's this is nine expired September 2020. That might not work. But that's what it was, 40 something dollars. Um, but that guy from Australia, I'd like to see him come back on. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder how some of these. He's 61. He's 61. He's got I think three. He's got three children and 4 or 5 grandchildren. But you know, it just melts my heart sometimes when somebody starts talking about how much they like, because I don't know what I do for people to like me. I don't know. I wished it was that way with, who across the street, Mr. Clyde. Mr. Clyde with that $5,000 lawnmower. And how I know that is because he brought it up, that $5,000 lawnmower. Mr. Clyde could get on his camel and ride unless he changes his attitude towards me. I guess he just didn't like that GoPro sitting on my. I found my action camera, and I'm gonna start wearing that on my hat tomorrow, so I can start doing it. Because he's holding this thing, and most of the time I can't tell. I can't tell if this thing. Well, I can't tell. I can't tell if if it's if it's down there like this. I can't see whether it's taking picture of what I want or not. I just hate this thing. And Naparuski said it was moving. Look, stuff was upside down a lot, and stuff like that. So I don't know. So I found my little action cameras, a Dragon Touch. They're $50 or $60 on Amazon, and darn head's not working. Guess I will try. Darn head's not working. Guess I will try to read. What? Your sound's not working? Is my sound working, folks? Oh, I hope it is. Is can y'all hear me? Yeah, you must be, because Brianne said job is going all right, so she heard me. Unless she can read lips. But I'm really liking I'm really liking doing these live streams. I hope you guys are. Man, I need to get some new subscribers. It's dropped again. As long as I don't get my fabulous bunch that I've got here that I have a relationship with, I guess I could say. Yes, my headphones shot. Oh, I got one of them stupid things. It's you know what? What did I do with that? There it is. I thought if I got me a nice set of headphones, and this is a Hewlett Packard. It's brand new, and I can plug it into my sound. It's got a little switch thing here for volume, and I can turn all that up, and I can't hear a squat. So I was gonna give it to it's got some extra plug. I don't know. And Folks, here lately, I'm to the point that I don't care what it is. This is brand spanking new. I may put it out there at the trash, but it's getting tossed. I can't remember what it cost. I don't think it was too awful expensive, but it's got a microphone on it and all this stuff. And I just, you know, there used to be a real nice, a real nice, put that in the box. Guess what? Just that quick, I forgot what I was even talking about. That drives me up to what it seems like it's getting worse. I was working on a video and I got it all done the way I'm on it, and then it was time to upload it to my channel, to my YouTube channel. And I absolutely forgot. I couldn't remember what I had to do next to upload it. You know, you have to go up there and click on create, and it'll upload that video. And it was right there in front of my face, but I just for about a minute I couldn't remember. And I'm telling you what, guys, it scares. Uh, I'm kind of in a cussing mode today. It scares the hell out of me that I lose I lose my mind. You know, I don't want to be like that. Uh, but it just scares me. It just really does. But it seems like that happens. Well, just like right now. But I mean, it's just a split second. I forgot what. Well, I still can't remember what I was talking about. Did you see the Simon game we got in our last video? Yes, I did. Yeah, I seen part of it. Something happened there. I didn't lose the internet, but something, I hit something over here and everything went on. I lost my marbles the day I was born. Been looking for them. Okay, Claire. No, y'all don't, Christy, y'all, when y'all do those live streams like that, they're not up on your channel where I can go back later and look at it, or I couldn't find one. Are y'all putting them up? Are y'all putting them on the channel once you do the live? Uh, I I was looking for a couple of them I wanted to look at, and I couldn't find them. I couldn't find them. Hey Jay, come here a minute, baby. He always comes.
Yeah.
Tell him what's next week.
School week, school day.
He goes back to school on Tuesday, and he's having to get his sleep schedule back in order, you know, and stuff. He can't sit up all night now. He's got to go to bed at 9. Bless his heart. He'd be in the seventh grade. Seventh grade and a teenager. But he still hasn't had a girlfriend, doesn't want a girlfriend. When I was 13, I had girlfriends. When I was 13, it's something I learned, and once I learned that, uh, I used that pitch on all the girls, you know. And I mean, they loved it, and I guess you ladies would love it too. I don't know, but it worked. It worked on the girls. I could pick the prettiest, most popular girl in the class, and I could start throwing them words on her, and next thing you know, she was even thinking about being my girlfriend. And that was Loretta Sinclair. She was the one in that whole class, and Poppy had her for about a month. Uh, Till she caught me doing the same line on another girl. But man, if you tell them you just back most guys when they're kids, they want to. They think about like they think this girl is beautiful, this girl is that and that, but they won't tell the girl that. But you lay that line on them, they're beautiful, and I hope when I'm older I could find a girl to marry you just like you. It's not just would be just a lot of BS. But they eat that up. They eat it up. I mean, if a guy comes along and he starts telling you how beautiful you are, and I wished I had a girlfriend like just, I mean, just blowing smoke at them like that, and they eat it up. And Poppy, you, Casanova. I don't know. I'm not a cat. I mean, look at me. I'm not a Casanova. I just used the words, and it worked. It worked. Uh, uh, and Loretta, she's alive. She's still living at 1415 East Liberty Street in Jacksonville, Florida. The house she wasn't born in the house, but she was raised in that house. Her and her brother and her mom and daddy, and she's the one. She's the one. Her dad come out there and called us kissing and stuff, and he didn't want me around. Boy, he jumped all over me, and Loretta's the one. But Daddy, I liked it. I don't remember if she said I liked it or I like him, but boy, she was crying because he won't supposed to let me come back over there anymore. But and she was I carried the books to, back and forth to school many times, but she never did. After she caught me laying that same line on this other girl, this other girl's name was Gloria. And of course, the same thing happened with Gloria because she caught me laying the same line on Sandy, her younger sister. uh, I've had a few girlfriends that were I would be I would one of them be my girlfriend, and then things kind of broke down on that. Then the sister come along, and Helen Westbury's sister, Mary, uh, she didn't catch me and Helen smooching or anything, but Helen told her. I think Helen was telling her, I stole your boyfriend, and Murray and or no, I think Murray was telling Helen she stole her boyfriend, and Helen come up to me at school and standing there with her arms crossed and patting that foot and telling me, "Is there anything you want to tell me?" At first, I'm like, "What? What is she talking about?" And then it hit me. Mary done went and run her mouth. I loved every one of them. I really did. I wished I could meet every one of them. Boy, that would be a day. Now, Loretta says, because Loretta even told me 2 or 3 weeks ago, because with me and her used to meet at the flagpole at school, and she said sent me on an email and said, "You want to meet me at the flagpole?" And I know exactly what she's talking about. And I got a picture of the school. Now that school is 100 years old, and I got a picture of that school right there at the flagpole with some kids around it. Not nobody I know, but the school is still going. It's Mattie V. Rutherford in Jacksonville, Florida, at 5th and Hubbard Street. Nowadays, it's an alternative school for kids that gets in trouble and stuff. Uh, and it seems odd when I look at some of the student pictures of it now. A lot of them are black, and back when I was going to school, the schools were segregated. So it looks kind of odd seeing a black person in my school that was all white, back in the day. Uh, that was so. A lot of people still think they ought to be segregated, but I don't think segregation is not good for the human race. It's not good. I mean, what if animals was like that? What about my black cats didn't want to associate with my gray cats, and my gray cats didn't want to associate with the white cat? Animals don't segregate, but we do, and we're supposed to be smart. We're supposed to be smart. Hey, Janet, speaking of old girlfriends, um, I done forgot Janet. I done forgot my old girlfriend's last name. She lives at 318 East 4th Street, Jacksonville, Florida. I got a picture of her house. It was a 2-story house, an apartment upstairs, an apartment downstairs, and I got a picture of the house, and it's showing 318 and the door right there that goes up to her house. I got to scratch my head. Uh, what was her name? Dadgone it. No, wait a minute. I got you mixed up with another Janet. I'm talking about no. Oh well, I remember her anyway. She was a hottie. They was all hotties. Oh, I mean, look at Christy here. She's a hottie. I'm talking about you, health nuts. My granddaughter's a hottie. I'm in a good mood today. Where is everybody? I only got 11 in here. Um, I wish Leo would come in. I want to talk to him again. I asked him if me and him could do a live stream. And folks, I still want to do live stream with people if you would just do it. I mean, I do them with Crazy Family Tube a lot. Maybe 2 or 3 times a month. Um, and I've done them with Dwayne T64. I've done them with Mary Beth, who I hardly ever see anymore. A lot of things just must have changed in her life and stuff. I don't see them. But I've done it with Maggie in Guam. I've done it with been living in Australia. I've done it with Tanya in Australia. Um, I, it's been several of them. I've done it with Manuela in Berlin, Germany. Uh, I just love it when I can talk to somebody thousands of miles away. You know, I just, uh, I would love. How great would it be if I could talk to everybody individually, one on one, billions of people? Is it billions or just millions? But how great would that be? How great would that be? I want, if I get that big scooter, if I'm able to get that thing, I want to have a T-shirt made, and I don't know what I would put on it, but I want something like uh, I can't go home till I get a hug from a stranger, something like that. I just want. Um, it's just like I like to sit down. I hadn't done it lately because I don't drive anymore like that or anything. But I used to sit there, and I wasn't doing YouTube either. I used to sit there at the VA, and I'd watch all these guys, and some of them women coming in, veterans, and I noticed their hats, you know, and I noticed World War II vets, Korean vets, Vietnam vets, and I would strike up a conversation with them, and I'd talk to them sometimes an hour, uh, and a lot of women that were vets talked to them. Uh, that was just nice. That was nice. Now I used to sit down there at Publix before they tore it down and rebuilding. They're still rebuilding. I used to sit down there and y'all might remember this video. I was sitting there talking to Bob, and he was 90. He was in his 90s. He's a veteran, and me and him, he was sitting on the bench, and I was sitting on. I might have been sitting on the bench too. I don't think I had a scooter in, but we was sitting there, and I had my coffee cup because I always went in and got coffee, but I didn't put it in one of the styrofoam cups. This cup I had, it was like a regular cup, had a little handle on it. And I was sitting there holding it, and it was about half full of coffee. And this lady come by going in, her and her husband, I guess. And about 15 or 20 minutes later, they come out with a little bag of groceries. And me and Bob were sitting there talking, and the lady just walked by, and she reached over there and kaplunk, dropped a handful of change in my coffee cup, in my coffee. I didn't say nothing, and Bob didn't say nothing directly. I said, Bob, did you see that? He said, yeah, how much was it? I think it was that 3/4. I can't remember. Uh, I had somebody do that to me one time uh, before I had the scooter, and I didn't have access to car. Jennifer at work, and I was sitting down the road from where we live. This is when we lived in these apartments, and somebody come by and wanted to buy me lunch or something from. There was a McDonald's there, uh, and they was telling me, did I have a place to sleep tonight? And telling me I was homeless. They give me money. They just kept on, and finally, I think they give me a couple of dollars. I can't remember. I got a picture of that, of the hat I had on. I guess I looked homeless. That made me wonder. Maybe these panhandlers make good money. I hope Marty. How is Marty? I hope he's uh, doing okay. Boy, I just feel so bad for him when I see him. holding that head and bending that neck over, and it just makes me more thankful for my situation. I feel good, and I'm in a good mood today. Um, but every once in a while, something will cross my mind, and boy, I would love to go home again, up in the mountains. I would love to go down the road there by the river, take a video of it. That's the first place when I first come up there where my wife was at to see her. Uh, that river road, that was the first road. I didn't have a car. I rode a Greyhound, no, a Trailways bus from Florida to there, and the bus let me off at a place called Topton, North Carolina. I'm thinking it's a town and it's going to be a taxi, and I can take a taxi to her house. Well, there ain't no taxi. Topton is right on top of a mountain. There was a restaurant there, a little rural post office, and a general merchandise store. That's all that was there. So I go in this general merchandise store. I said, "Is this it?" He said, "Well, what are you looking for?" I said, "Well, I come to see somebody, but I thought there'd be a cab or something I could take." He said, "You have to go to Asheville." Asheville, like 100 miles away. He said, "Who are you looking for?" And I said, uh, I said, "Norma Jean Shields." And he said, "Oh, that's Emmett's daughter." So he knew him. He knew everybody. He said, "Well, you're going to have to go back down the mountain." And by that, he meant walk. And when you get to a place, there's a big old powerhouse sitting over against the mountain that water's going into from up on the mountain coming from Nantahala Lake. And you turn right on that road, and you go all the way down till you see a road there, and it says Nantahala School. And he said you turn left on that, and you bear to the right when the road forks, and you keep walking that road till you see a mailbox that says Emmett Shields. Now we're not talking half a mile. We're talking probably 7 miles. So I got all the way down that road and got on the river road, and I got halfway down the river road before it got to the school road, and this truck stopped. And he said, I must have looked lost. He said, "Do you need a ride? Need some water or something?" And I said, "No." And he said, "Do you live?" I said, "No." Uh, he said, "Who are you coming to see?" And I told him, and he said, "Oh, you're that boyfriend of Norma Jean's." So they piled me in the back of that pickup truck, and he turned around and took me all the way up into their driveway, which is about another 4 or 5 miles. And I mean, this is really rural. This is mountains. And my girlfriend, my wife didn't know I was coming. I was going to surprise them, but boy, I got surprised. And boy, that was wonderful. That was wonderful. First time I ever seen a Johnny house that didn't sit over a hole, it sit over a branch. Sit on some log rails stretched across the branch, and the Johnny house sit on them logs. And you go in that Johnny house and you look down that hole and you see running water, the branch. That's what you pooped in. and it went all the way down into the river. And I just got a chuckle every time I thought to hear people talking about how pristine and pure the water was. And sometimes you might could see a turtle floating down the river. They stopped that. They stopped that, man. They eventually it got enough Florida people bought property up in there that they got to complaining about it, and finally everybody had to have a septic tank. The school had to have, even the school sewage all run in the river. Uh, they changed that, and boy, when you start trying to dig a hole for a septic tank up there, you better have out the big stuff to get a hole dug in them rocks. Oh, gosh, memories. What would we do without 'em? And I got memories now that's precious to me. When these people, this man that dived in dumpsters and pulling out food, and had this son with him that's autistic, and his wife worked at something to do with, I'm not sure, but and then they had the two girls, Elena and Rianne, and all of a sudden I get this thing. They made this outstanding video, and you know what? I got a copy of that video. I may run that on my live stream, for the pre-recorded thing. But that when I met them and they wanted me to be their grandpa, and boy, I was all for it. Yeah, I'm thinking about crying again. That was precious. And they got me over 300 subscribers, and I suppose now it's probably been more than that. But uh, and the people I was watching before them, I don't watch anymore. Some of them I don't watch. Some of them I do, but there's some I don't. And um, just too much wrong with that channel. But I ain't gonna badmouth them. I ain't gonna go on there and give them a thumbs down. I ain't gonna go on there and make derogatory comments. It is what it is. Let them do their thing. They can do theirs, I'll do mine. Uh, but am I still alive? I don't see any. I don't see. Am I live, guys? Something don't seem right here. Hey, somebody say something. Something don't seem right. Oh, maybe that. No, my gosh. What's that doing up there? What is that? There it goes. Yes, you are still alive. Thank you, Brianne. I just wasn't seeing no comment. I've not got many in here today. 12. Maybe people's getting tired of my live streams. Janet says she sees and hears me. Okay. That sounds good. Well, this is that. What do you call that stuff? It comes in on. You pour a bottle of water in there, and then you fill a cup up with water. Then you got a little slim thing. You break the top, and pour it in that, and it kind of colors it up, and it sweetens it. So I'm assuming it's artificial sweetener, something like that. Oh boy, my nose is. I've got into something that, and these Zyrtecs probably not going to work because it expired in 2020. Did it say 9? Yep, September 2020. So that means over 2 years ago I bought them. And at the time that was $44 and change. But they had bottles with smaller counts, but this one had 70 counts. And to tell you the truth, I didn't know when I got it that it was the 70 count. I was thinking it was like 24 count or something like that. But boy, when it rung up on the register, I knew it. I knew it then. Um, my printer is totally fixed. Now my instant ink thing is set up just the way they had the email I was using. That stuff makes water tolerable. Oh, okay. Um, there it is again. What was I talking about? Oh, I put no. I don't know, but everything's fixed. My instant ink, and I recommend that to anybody out there that uses their printers. Uh, Hewlett Packard. You have to have a Hewlett Packard printer, and it has to have Wi-Fi, and you can get one for about $70. Mine is a 27 HP DeskJet 2722, and it goes online. It goes on your network, and right now I can click on the thing here I got here, and it will tell me how much ink I got. It will tell Hewlett Packard. It will go and tell Hewlett Packard if I print something today, I only get 100 pages a month. I don't need any more than that. I used to get 200, but I only get 100 pages, and that cost me $5 and change a month, whether I print anything or whether or not. But here's the thing: that $5.99 a month ensures that I have ink all the time. When these cartridges get low, Hewlett Packard knows it. It goes online and tells them, JunkDobber just printed X amount of pages or something like that, or it'll go in there and it'll tell them how much ink I got. And when it gets down to a certain amount, as far as being low, they send me a little box with 2 more ink cartridges in it, a color ink cartridge and a black. So you never have to worry about it. You never have to go into Walmart or somewhere and drop $40 or $50 for cartridges. So I like that. I don't have to worry about it. I know I'm always going to have ink. I'm not going to ever have to go work. Do I have enough money to get some cartridges right now? Because HP's got my back. I swear by that thing. I mean, it's just fantastic. Yes, you can get now. my daughter accidentally got me a laser printer this past Christmas. Had to take it back because I couldn't be on instant ink. I don't need a laser. I mean, they're nice and all that, but I like the convenience of not. And by the way, those toners and things, they're not cheap for those laser things. But had to send that one back and turn around and bought me one off of Amazon, which is the one I got now. Um, Hey Cindy, what is that picture you have on your profile? It looks like a nice picture. I wish I could see it. I'll have to take a closer look at that. Um, I like it when everybody's profile has a picture. That lady, Miss C, the one that says she called them like I see them. Uh, that said come back and said she would never, said she'll keep watching my videos, but never, ever, under no circumstances, would she leave a comment on my channel again. And lo and behold, what's his name? What's his name? JJ, the one that makes all the negatives. He left the comment and she got in there. Is it black and white? Uh, my 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 things. Uh, let's see. Where is that thing? I had it here. I kept an extra picture. I don't see it. Oh, here it is. This is not a good clear picture because it's not because of the printer, but it's because it was taken with some little sample camera at my mama's house in 1982. But it prints photos and everything, and I use photo paper. This is on regular. Those pictures I sent Alan, they were all this size. Well, I think there's one in there a little bit bigger than that. But it does nice. I was just reading a thing about the World Wide Web, www dot so and so, the guy that invented the network. And I don't understand. He must not be a greedy person. Uh, you don't know how to do it, Angie? Boy, I wished I could. It's pretty simple, really. There, um, I'm I'm thinking. I don't. What pops up on mine? Oh, I see what pops up on mine. It's not a picture of me. Maybe I ought to change that to a picture of me. Uh, I will not. You know what, Angie? Next time we talk, I'm going to be able to talk. Now, if we could do a private chat, I could talk you through it then. Well, you can't do it and have a chat at the same time. But it's not that hard. If Dauber can do it, anybody should be able to do it. Uh, but a lot of people think I should be able to learn how to use this phone. I, I just can't. I didn't either, Angie, but when I clicked on my profile, it was self-explanatory. They guide you step by step. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I use Facebook a lot and do things on that. I would like to start me another Facebook page, But my computer is crammed full of my old Facebook, Jaden's Facebook, my daughter's Facebook, and every time I try to start a new Facebook, all of their crap pops up, and I can't figure out how to get around that. I would like to start a Facebook channel with my name and JunkDobber. And I used to use Facebook all the time. I used to talk to my sister-in-law, uh, my last sister-in-law. No, she's not my last one. Gay, I still got Gay. Gay's the oldest one, but her and Gay. She's the youngest one, and Gay's the oldest. And that they're wasting good time by being that they can't stand each other, and that's really sad. And I love them both. I love them both. Uh, Annie, bless her heart, she. I didn't know this. My daughter told me this. Said Annie is beginning to think that you want to hook up with her. I'm thinking, really? And she means like be romantically involved. No way, Jose. No way. She was like a daughter. You know, she used to come spend time with me and my wife when she was like 13, 14 years old. Uh, and me and hers had some ups and downs. And most of the downs is when maybe that seems to down to her, but I lost a few $1,000 with dealings I had with her and her husband. By a few thousand, I mean like seven, something like that. They don't see it like that, but that's the facts. If I want to lay them all out, that's the facts. And finally one day I said, "That's enough. I'm done with this." I took myself right out of that deal and took my losses and forgot about it. But I still love her. Angie, does she have a YouTube? Of course she does. She's on YouTube, ain't she? A lot of people, I don't know how a lot of people can have these channels and absolutely zero content. I always try every new subscriber I get, I go to their channel. Most of them don't have any content. Uh, I want, golly, if I run my mouth an hour already, I'm not done on it. I, I wish they had content, but some people just not going to do it. And I wish every one of them, I wish would at least do a live stream with me just one time, and then it'd be like it. We'll keep doing them. But you learn so much about people, if like with Cindy, if Cindy and I did a live stream, Cindy with a C, there's also a Cindy that comes on occasion with an I. But you just feel like you know them better and stuff, and you got a face on it, you got the sound of the voice, uh, like in my head, I think about Maggie and Guam. I know the sound of her voice. I've talked to her more than once. I know the sound of Christy and Rianne. Alina, not Elena's not that much of a talker, but now, Rianne will talk. I would love to do a private chat with Rianne. Um, but just knowing, seeing them face to face, and that is face to face, and hearing the sound of their voice, and just little details comes out about them and their life and stuff and family, that you're not going to get sitting here like this and talking and looking at chat. Uh, I, it's kind of like the dirt. I want dirt from everybody's yard. Originally, it started out I wanted dirt from every state and all that stuff. Now, I want dirt from your backyard. It makes me feel closer to you. Uh, America, and she's in the Netherlands. She's in Holland, or uh, she sent me a package, and I've got my little angel here. She sent me that. She sent me 50 euros, and that's when I found out you had to have 250 euros before they'd convert it, and I finally got that done. Uh, I done lost my train. Oh, America, she sent me the package and had that euro note in it, had a little angel and something else. I can't remember. And she put a little packet of dirt in there that she picked up in front of her house out there on this street. Now, the thing about this street that she lives on, it's over 2,000 years old. The Romans built that street. The Romans marched up and down that street. How neat would that be to have that street, that dirt? I wished I could go back up to Dinwiddie, Virginia, where I used to live, and the Union troops had a camp, and I didn't do a video about it, but I'm going to, had a camp right down at the end of my drive. There's a branch down there. And they camped there for a while before they had the Battle of the Dinwiddie Courthouse. And I can't remember if the Yankees won that or the Rebels won that. I can't remember. But uh, but that dirt, the Romans marched up in it. But I didn't get the dirt because customs wouldn't allow dirt to go from one country to my country. And I don't know if it was on the U.S. side or the Netherlands side, but I didn't get the dirt. I would love to have had that. Oh, man, there ought to be some way you could do that. Um, I don't know. I might check into that. I would love to have some more of that dirt. Uh, I would love to. I would like. Now I've got dirt from Christy. Christy and Marty went out and got me some dirt. I think they got it near the lake somewhere up in Michigan. Uh, Ricky Lance sent me dirt. Did I have a bundle? No, it's not sitting here. It was, because I had it out looking at it. Ricky Lance, upstate New York. I got dirt from Kansas for Willow is, and Willow's not on. I worry about Willow. Um, but she sent me dirt, and boy, it's like rocks. But it's dirt. But it's from Kansas. I got it, and but nobody sends me any dirt anymore. God made dirt, and dirt don't hurt. And uh, yeah, you're right. I can't figure out how I get dirt in my floor. And if I don't, and I'm looking down there now at now I cleaned here. I don't see anything today, but I cleaned the other day. I couldn't believe the dirt and stuff that was coming out from behind my. I got a filing cabinet over here to my right, and my room is just so junky. It's so small. I don't have anywhere to put nothing. And hold on a minute. I gotta. Oh, I gotta do something there before I do that. But I got a filing cabinet. There's them scissors I was looking for. Found them. But let me show. My room is so small. Let me see. I'm gonna take this camera and that's my bed you see over there in the corner and my pillow there. And I got sheets on the bed now, by the way. But you can see my room it's small. And that's my other computer over there. That's my printer and that was my plate I just eat boiled peanuts out of. But I don't have any room for anything. I just don't. And my bed, I'll tell you what, my daughter's done promised me the next stimulus they get, if they get one, she's getting me a whole new bed set up. My bed has to be high, and so it's not hard for me to get up. I need to get that working now. Well, what's that? Why is that out of focus? There, when it focuses, it auto focuses. Yeah, one time recently I was talking to Christy and she was telling me that my image was all fuzzy and everything, and the camera just couldn't get it to focus. So I ordered me another one right away, and boy, that hurt. I can't say I didn't have the money, but when I ordered that one, okay, Russell, so we need to pimp out your scooter to go long distance and haul a teardrop camper so you can go around and collect dirt from every state. Oh, that would be wonderful, but I'd have to have a driver. I really don't, folks, I really don't trust myself driving a vehicle anymore. I mean, I wish I could go out. What would it hurt if she just let me get in the car and drive it down to that tool store and look at some stuff and drive it back to the house? That wouldn't even be a mile. I know I don't have a driver's license now. I got a license, but it's not valid. It expired this past March. Been driving over 60 years. Uh, I'm gonna make a. I wish I could find a picture of a 1947 Chevrolet coupe like I had, and I made two pictures of that. Where the heck is it? Did I leave it on my? Did I leave it? Did I leave it? I made an extra one for me, and I might have left it on here, but no. Let me see. I want to make a. Uh, there it is. I want to make. I sent Alan one of these too. Uh, this is that 47 Chevrolet. coupe that I had. The one I had was gray, but it was just like this, had the big sun visor on the windshield and all that, and it sparkled. It was clean. At that time, that car was only about 8 years old. And I paid $300 for that thing. And I had some good times in that. But, you know, I was 16 and everything was in my daddy's name. My daddy was a drunk. I wish he could have beat that. But in the end, the only way he beat it was uh, committing the S word. You know, I'm not going to say it. Uh, but but he decided he was going to impress my mama. He was divorced from her. She lived in Florida. This is in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and because I remember he come home and he was driving my car and he didn't have a license, and he come home in a 1953 Dodge Coronet. At the time, that car was like 3 or 4 years old. Nice car. I call it a grandpa car. Matter of fact, I'll print a picture of that. And but he he come home and boy, he was all full of, you know, like, how do you like this? And he made the comment then, we'll just see how your mama likes this. I could care less about that big car. I love that Chevrolet Coupe 10 times over what that Dodge Coronet was. And of course, he didn't swap even. He had to trade that in, and then I had to make payments. I was 16 years old. I didn't have any business having to make payments. That car was paid for. And I don't think I had insurance. I don't think it was required back then. I can't remember. Because everything was in Daddy's name. But I love that car. But I'm gonna make a big blow up of that. If I can find one that's gray. Mine was gray. It wasn't black. I liked the black better, but mine was gray. The only thing that's not on this one that was on my car, wait a minute, it might be one on there. No, that's a mirror, side view mirrors. But mine had right down, right there, it had a spotlight. You see them on police cars and stuff. Mine had a spotlight. Um, boy, I got a lot of memories in that thing. I only had it about a year, if I had it that long. My daddy, I'm sorry, guys. It's a terrible disease. It affects so many people and it affects, can be long lasting on those left in the wake. And my daddy was a drunk. Mine, oh yeah, my dad was an alcoholic. And the day, the day that he ended it all for him, it was a Saturday. He went to town, drove to town. He had a license then. He drove to town, got him a, a half pint or a pint of Stillbrook corn whiskey. That was his go-to thing. And he had been dry for almost a year. And he went and the date was on the receipt, the bag was there and everything, and we know exactly when he bought it and what time he bought it, and we knew exactly how much of it he drank. But he went home with it. I guess in my mind he probably sat on the bed and was drinking it from the bottle, and it was still in the bag. And I guess at some point he was sick of trying to beat it. And I imagine he set that down on that nightstand, got his gun out of the, well, I shouldn't even say that, but laid down in the bed and, I'm going to phrase this without getting penalized, didn't do it in the head like a lot of people do when they do that. He did it in his chest into the heart. And the reason for that, knowing that is the reason for that, he wanted to look good in that casket. Uh, and you know what? I think the time's come for me to get rid of them. I've got his bed sheets that he was laying on when he did that. It's in a little suitcase. There's a couple other things in there. There's an ashtray he smoked. There's a couple of ashtrays in there that's got some of his cigarette butts in it. I've got his lunchbox that he took to work. He was a foreman at a construction company. I've got his lunchbox. It's got remnants of what he had for lunch on Friday, I guess it was. Uh, and it has a couple of unopened cans of something similar to, it's Boyardee, but I'm not sure what's in the can. They've never been opened. Maybe I shouldn't have that. Maybe I should get rid of it. I don't know. Uh, I've got the last bed sheets that my wife and I slept on together before she died. Matter of fact, I didn't take them sheets. I didn't change sheets on my bed for 6 months because it's where my baby lay. JunkDobbers, boy, that's a rabbit hole. Okay, my dad suffered in his death. The cancer literally ate him alive on the inside. He felt guilty, thought it was a punishment for his sins. It was completely heartbreaking to watch. It's heartbreaking to watch anybody have something, and there's nothing you can. I wonder about the alcoholism. I know it's a disease, and I know for a fact that it's got something to do. It's hereditary. Whether you go that route or not, it's a different story. Because here's what happened to me. They had these drive-through liquor stores that you just pull up to the window and order a shot or a mixed drink of some kind, and they would give it to you, and you drive out of there, you'd be drinking that thing. Well, I started doing that occasionally, and then it started being regular, and the next thing I knowed, I was hooked on it. And my other brother, two of my other brothers are alcoholics. One of them's dead. The one that was a Vietnam vet, he's dead. The other one, I don't know if he drinks now or not. He lives in Virginia, but I got myself off of that and I never touched it again. Um, but when people's got cancer and stuff like that, and I wanted so bad my favorite cousin. I wished I could have went and seen him. No, no, he was next to my favorite. Lewis was. He was the oldest one, and they wouldn't even have an open casket on him when he died because he looks bad. It tears me up to see somebody like that. Now my Aunt Mamie, she was 102 when she died, and she just looked great, right up to the end. What a wonderful lady that was. She took care of me. She was the one who wanted to adopt me, and my mama wouldn't sign the papers for her to adopt me. Mama didn't want me, but she didn't want nobody else to have me. Okay, I guess my sis, who is 16 years older than me, has her kidney, has cirrhosis. She quit drinking a year ago and a half ago. That cirrhosis can be pretty nasty too. Alcohol is readily available and easy to acquire no matter what the age. It's as addictive as all the drugs out there. Yes, it is. It surely is. But as as hard as I feel towards my mom and dad about all their shortcomings, you love them. You surely do. And I love my daddy. Uh, uh, my daddy's, I don't know when he started drinking, but he was always, as far back as I can remember, I remember him coming home drunk, especially on payday. But I loved him. Man, he loved eating raw oysters. All right, guys, I've been yapping long enough, an hour and a half. I appreciate all of you being here. I wish there'd have been more of you. I don't know. I don't know if I can put my. I don't know if I can put my. Let's see. Okay, see what it says. Nope, it don't put it up. I won't put that up. I was gonna put the link to my GoFundMe up. I'm gonna have to start making that automatic. It's gonna take a while for me to get there, but I believe I'll get there. I believe I'll get there. Man, I am wanting to get out and travel so bad. And a lot of people don't understand. Well, you got that little scooter, you need to be happy with that. Well, that little scooter isn't won't take me anywhere. It won't take me to the clinic. It won't take me to Publix. All it'll do is take me around the corner and down the street, and then the light starts flashing, and I got to hurry back home. And the VA and the Medicaid, or is it Medicaid? They will get you a scooter, but it'll be one like I got. They will not get you those high end scooters that'll go 40, 45 miles at 20 miles an hour. They're not going to pop those. When you go to the VA to pick out the scooter you want, they got about 10 sitting in there. Well, which one of these do you like? And you just picked one out, and I picked out the biggest they had, and that they want people. And so to people, you people that don't really understand about that, that must be a busy weekend for people. Our video is performing a little slow too. Love you, Poppy, and you too, family. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. And I got a video I gotta upload. Um, and I'm gonna try to use that Dragon Touch camera. tomorrow or something on that next one and see how the quality of the video and stuff. That's the only thing I'm worried about. But this dadgone camcorder, I don't like it. But guys, I love you, and hey, tell Alan I said it's on the way. Or don't tell him anything. He stresses really. Donovan, is that you as JunkDobber in the chat? Is he in the chat? Donovan! I don't see anybody. I don't see any JunkDobber in there. I think I put a post up or something, but I put something up like this, and it looks, I think I put something up a while ago. I put something up like this and it says JunkDobbers lunch. Should I just put that up? I don't think Donovan's on. And that he took that off of my phone because he felt bad about doing that and causing confusions. Who's talking about angry grandpa? He might be on. Grandpa's never died. Grandpa's stories. Old man veteran. Went no. Oh, that's something I accidentally put up. That's something I accidentally put up. That's down here. I don't know why that's in there. Right here it is. I'll put it up. Well, did it not go up? What the heck? Paste. Then. What's it doing? I can't get it to. Oh, I see what it's doing. Like that, I just put that up. That I don't know what that's doing down there in the copy because I don't recall ever copying that. But that's some stuff about my some of my tags that goes in my thing. I don't know what that's doing there. I don't know what it's doing in there. I got to come up with some better tags. I'm an old grandpa. I'm an angry grandpa. When I was younger, I don't know what that's all about. 80 and counting, I did that. 80 plus, getting older. Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. I can sure do that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I've talked long enough. I appreciate all of you being in. And the next plan video I'm gonna do is Hump Day Wednesday. I'm not gonna. Now I may do another one of those pre-recorded lives, and everybody will get a notice about that when it's going to be. And I'm thinking I'm going to do that one with Christy and them when they did that. Support my grandpa. That my channel's never been on fire, but that one kind of started the fire. All right, guys, I love you. I'll see you. Am I? Yeah, there it is. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.